chapter 15 and 17, this order makes clear is that it is by grace alone. God's salvation, God's pulling Abraham out of the world and making him God's person, a great nation, a great people, is unconditional. But relationship with God, relationship with Him should not leave us unchanged. Relationship with God should make us be a different kinds of people who live different way because of our relationship with God. I mean, take, for example, if I were called to go meet King Charles in Buckingham Palace, I wouldn't go in my flip-flops and shorts. I wouldn't. But if I were adopted, I know, unlikely as it might be, adopted as the son, heir to the throne, I would change a few things about myself because who I am, because my relationship with the king is more important than how I feel about things, or my relationship to the throne, where I am in the throne. That's the biggest thing. That would be the biggest thing about my life. That relationship with this big God, it's the same way. Our relationship with the King of Heavens would change us, should change us. Or that relationship would define us, define who we are. We are fundamentally changed by our relationship with God. And that's why God gives Abram a new name. Abraham, Sarai, a new name, Sarah. And this is the pattern in the Bible. Lots of people are given new names because the relationship with God changes who they are fundamentally. But notice, though, our changed life is not the condition for establishing the relationship. It's not chapter 17 first and then chapter 15. Rather, it's a way of enriching the relationship, way of being in relationship. This is how theologian Esther Meek says, how she put it. Law, so prominent in Scripture, is not to be understood as creating relationship. Rather, law nourishes our relationship. These covenant conditions are the way of enriching and nourishing the relationship that has already been established by God. And if you think about it, to clarify that the relationship comes first, grace comes first, chapter 15 came first. And only 13 years later, any conditions came. Right? God is saying, you were my people for those 13 years. Abram had no conditions. He was considered God's people. Now, chapter 17, God says, this is how you respond.